16 we go now for the Europa League with some Bobby Dazzler matches coming at you this week in the first legs. Who's going to take advantage? We'll take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks. Perhaps my prediction video today. We'll take a look at the last 16s in the Europa League. That's right. We've got some zingers, including Man United are in action, Juventus, bloody Roma, of course. Who's going to get the upper hand in their first legs? Of course, take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. Bang. All things Rovers related, Europa League related, world football related. We're still in bloody Pennsylvania, but only for this last week. We're going to be on the way to Georgia very, very soon, which means the videos should get back to some normality very, very soon. But anyway, of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the patrons. You know who you are. If you want to help us out, check out the links are down below. So what we're going to do right here, right now, is jump in the vortex and go back in time to my predictions for the playoff second legs and see how I got on. So here we are, of course, in that vortex. And as you can see, a bit of an upgrade, but not really, not really. I don't know if people are doing the first to score. I did not. So we will just truck on, review what I did last time around. Of course, kicking it all off with the top of the shop here. Of course, back on the 23rd of Feb, it was PSV, it was Sevilla. I went with a 1-1 draw. It was a 2-0 win in the end for PSV. They are through, or were they? That's what they thought they were going to go through. But no, 3-2 on aggregate. Sevilla are through to the next round. Meanwhile, Monaco went with a 2-0 win for them. It was actually a 3-2 win for Leverkusen, who put that score 5-5 on aggregate. Penalties, though, was the deciding factor. Leverkusen go through, Monaco go home. Meanwhile, Sporting Lisbon, 2-1 win. For me, it was actually a 4-0 win, demolition job there. 5-1 win on aggregate. They are through to take on Arsenal. That's right. We'll talk about Arsenal shortly, but not. Lost to Juventus, 2-0 on the night. 3-0, of course. Actually, 2-0 was my pick. 3-0 was the final score. 4-1 on aggregate. Juventus go through, Knots go home. Meanwhile, Roma, they did play and beat Salzburg 2-0, 2-1 on aggregate. I got that one bang on the Schnoskis. Meanwhile, I did play the booster. 2-1 win. I went for Ajax over Union Berlin. Oh, no. 3-1 it was for Union Berlin. They go through on aggregate. And what an upset that was. And they ain't no slouches, those guys. Meanwhile, Rennes drew with Shakhtar Donetsk. That was my pick anyway, 1-1 draw. It was a 2-1 win for Rennes. Not good enough. As Shakhtar and Rennes drew 3-3 on the night, or on aggregate. 5-4 penalties was the deciding factor. Shakhtar through, Rennes are home. But look at this one. I got the spot on the nose again. Barcelona 2-1 loss to Manchester. I got the spot on the nose. 4-3 on aggregate. That thrilling 2-2 draw over in the Camp Nou. That's right. So yeah, pretty shitty. Not great. And as you can see, Mario Castellas, 49 points. Of course, and I've got a feeling they must be doing those other things. I'm down there. I'm running out. I don't have the time really to go all in. I'm just trying to keep my head above water at this moment because I've got a very, very busy schedule at the moment. And I know what you're saying. Don't bother doing it then. Well, I do want to do it. I like that. I love the European competition. I love making predictions. I just haven't got the time. I want to get that time back, and that's coming back very, very soon. So fear not for those who ask in the chats, the comment section. I am coming back full throttle very, very soon, and you will not be disappointed. But I am disappointed with the current state of affairs there. If you want to have a look at the overall leaderboard, Castellas still good. A little bit. It's got a little bit of competition. Nico ZT has given him a run for his money. As for me, don't even look at it. Don't even look at it. Maybe if I can make top 10, that'll be alright. Anyway, we are jumping the deep end, of course, to take a look at those round of 16 games, which do kick off on the 9th of March. So I'm going to start with the top of the shop there, with, of course, Mourinho's boys. Of course, Roma up against my boys out of La Liga, Sociedad, of course. So take a look at this one then, one of the earlier kickoffs on Thursday. These two sides have played each other according to my eyes in recent times. Anyway, Roma, of course, coming to winning 3 of the last 4. That's 58% form for them right now. Sociedad, just 1 win in 6 of them. A little bit of ropey-dopey form for them, both domestically and in cup competition. Meanwhile, 42% form for them. Sociedad did pick up a 0-0 draw against Cadiz. That's not really much to get excited about. Back-to-back games now without scoring a goal. Roma, the big 1-0 win over Juventus most recently in Serie A to give them a bit of a bounce back after their shock 2-1 loss against Cremonese. A bit of a shambles that was there. But the odds right here, right now, we've got 11-10 is your Roma, 21-10 is the draw, 13-5 is your away win. We are going to go with just a boring 1-0 win, I think, for Roma. They don't score too many goals that often, but I think Roma and at least Mourinho, he loves the cup competitions. He won the Conference League last season. He wants to win this one next for Roma, which will of course guarantee Champions League football for next season. Meanwhile, we're going to kick off forward to Sporting Lisbon, of course, up against Arsenal, who are hanging on to the top of the table over in England. Now, these two sides have played each other twice in 2018. One win for Arsenal, one draw, nothing for Sporting. Sporting, though, winning 4 in the bouts, 75% form for them right now. Up against the Arsenal side, who've won 4 in the bouts as well, 75% form for them as well. That one and only win for Arsenal was a 1-0 win. That was way back in October 2018 in the Europa League group stages, of course. But they did play each other in the return leg back in England in November 8, 2018. It was a 0-0 draw. So Arsenal yet to concede a goal against Sporting Lisbon in most recent matches anyway. Sporting, a big 1-0 win over Porto Venise. Of course, in the domestic top flight, they're actually 3 games now without conceding a goal. Arsenal scored 7 in the last 2 games combined, beating Everton and Bournemouth by the skin of the teeth. But the odds right here, right now, we're looking at what are we looking at? We are looking at the odds, and it's 5-2. It's 5-2 is your Sporting, 12-5 is your draw, 11-10 is your away. It's a toughie old boots, this one. I'm going to go with a draw because I like Sporting at home. I think Arsenal will go through over the course of the 2 legs, but I think Sporting will give them a game because Arsenal are a little bit wopey at the moment. Meanwhile, Leverkusen, of course, up against Fenerbahçe coming at you out of Fenerbahçe. It's Hungary. They're hungry for a victory. Played each other twice in 23-1, one with a piece. Of course, we'll talk about that shortly. Leverkusen, though, of course, managed by Xabi Alonso, 58% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 3, picking a couple of wins and a draw. Meanwhile, Fenerbahçe, though, unbeaten in the last 14 games. They haven't lost any of the last 8 away games, 75% form for them right now. However, just 1 win in 4, drawing 3 of the last 4 games. Of course, last time around over in Germany, it was a 2-1 win for Leverkusen back in September 2021. That was in the Europa League group stages, of course, a couple of years back. Meanwhile, Leverkusen with a big 4-1 win over Hertha to make their recent climb up the table over in Germany, of course. Meanwhile, Fenerbahçe with a big 1-1 draw against Fenerbahçe in their domestic top flight as well. The odds right here right now, of course, Leverkusen 3-1 on for the victory. We've got 50-4 the draw, 70-2 is your away win. Back in Leverkusen, you're going to go with the popular vote 2-0 win for Leverkusen, which will give them a good, comfortable lead heading into the second leg. Kicking off forward, though, it is Union Berlin up against Union Saint-Gilloise. It's the battle of the Unions. First leg, they'll go into Berlin over in Germany as the Bundesliga take on the Europa League. Played each other 3 times in 2021 with a piece and 1 draw. Union Berlin, though, just 1 defeat past 6, 58% form for them right now. However, 1 win in 5 if you want to spin it a different way. A lot of draws knocking around for Union Berlin. As for Union Gilloise, 42% form for them right now, just 1 win in 5. Of course, 3 defeats in the past 4. Pretty ropey stuff. They have played each other 3 times since 2021 with a piece and a draw. Of course, both 1-0 wins, both scored 3 goals against each other, both on average 1 goal a game. That was, of course, in the group stages of this very competition. The Europa League Group D earlier in the year, back in September and in November, both ended up with away wins. Will it be a 3-peat of away wins? We'll see about that. Union Berlin, though, with a big 0-0 draw against FC Cologne. Back-to-back games now without scoring a goal. As for Union Gilloise, big 2-1 win of Eupen, of course, in the Europa League over in La Belgium. Of course, the odds 13-8 on is Union Berlin, 3-1 is the draw, and we've got 70-4 is you're saying he's going to back the hosts here. I think I'm just going to go with a 1-0 win for Union Berlin. I'm already thinking about playing my booster on that badger. Meanwhile, Shakhtar Donetsk, they are taking on Feyenoord coming at you out of the Dutchlands. Of course, Ukrainians' own Shakhtar Donetsk played each other twice since 2017, 2 wins apiece, or 2 wins out of 2 for Shakhtar, should I say, who are unbeaten in the last 5, actually unbeaten in the last 6 games, picking up 4 wins in the last 5, 83% form for them right now. Feyenoord, though, managed by Arne Slot, 6 wins on the bounce, haven't lost the last 20 games. They mean business at the moment. But it's a difficult place to go, is the Ukraine. I don't even know, to be honest with you. You know, the situation going on over there, I don't know. Anyway, the biggest win for Shakhtar was a 3-1 win. They've scored 5 goals compared to finals, 2 over the course of these 2 games. 2.5 goals game ratio for Shakhtar, just 1 goal game ratio for Feyenoord when these 2 sides have played each other. Back-to-back clean sheets for Feyenoord, back-to-back 1-0 wins. Shakhtar, though, coming to the back of a 7-0 win over Metalist. That's a big win on the road, way back on the past weekend. The odds right here, right now, we have Shakhtar Donetsk, of course, 90-10 for the victory, 5-2 is your 11-8 is your final. It's tight, and I'm going to go with the popular vote here. 1-1 draw. I just don't see Shakhtar lose in this one, but Feyenoord have been a tricky side to play against. Into the final three now in Manchester United up against Real Betis, of course, coming at you over in Old Trafford. The first leg played to this just the one time. We'll talk about that shortly. Man United, though, coming to on the back of just one defeated past 6, 75% form for them right now. Real Betis, though, coming to unbeaten in the last 4, 58% form for them. Of course, Pellegrini, former Man City manager, up against, of course, Manchester United, and of course, Ten Hag. Of course, the one only time I played was a friendly, doesn't really count. Of course, Betis coming into this on the back of a 0-0 draw against Real Madrid. United, though, did lose the last game. I don't know. I think it looks like it says 1-0 here. No, I'm lying. It's a 7-0 win, of course. A 7-0 loss to bloody Liverpool. Of course, we love that, don't we? Kick it off, although the odds going to be bounce back ability for United. 94 on for the victory, are favoured. 7-2 for the draw. 61 is your long shots. I do see a bounce back of some sort. I'm going to go 2-1 here. I think Betis will give them a game. Give them a scare, maybe. 2-1 win for me to give them a bit of a chance. And to the final two now is Juventus of Serie A up against Freiburg, of course, coming out of the Bundesliga. My eyes have been switched off a little bit for the league situations. I don't know how Freiburg are getting on, but Juventus coming into this on 75% form for them right now. Just one defeated past 6, of course, and Freiburg, though, unbeaten in the last 5, looking pretty good. 67% form for them at the moment. Of course, Freiburg with a big 0-0 draw against Gladbach most recently. Back-to-back draws for them. Juventus a big 1-0 loss to Roma, of course, in the race. Well, I don't think they're in it now since that point deduction, but of course the race to rise up the table. Look at the odds right here, right now. We have Juventus 2013 on for the victory, 14-5 is the draw, 70-4 is your away win. Tight though. I'm gonna go with a 1-0 win for Juventus. I think they should be comfortable enough to beat Freiburg. No disrespect. I'd love to see. I honestly want Freiburg to go through, but I just can't see them winning this game. At the moment anyway. Meanwhile, Sevilla, the final game in this round of 16, taking on Fenerbahçe, of course, coming at you out of Turkey. Sevilla also struggling in La Liga, coming to on the back of 42% form for them right now. 3 defeats on the spin for them, of course, without winning the last 4. Meanwhile, Fenerbahçe unbeaten in the last 9 games, winning 5 of the last 6, 92% form for them right now. They've played each other 3 times, so 2008, 2 was for Fenerbahçe, 1 for Sevilla, no draws. Biggest win for Fenerbahçe, 3-2 win, the biggest win the other way, a 2-0 win. Both scored 6 goals against each other, works on about 2 goals a game. Last time they played each other in competitive action in Spain, it was a 1-1 draw. I think penalties was the call of the order here. Round of 16 Champions League, of course. Meanwhile, Fenerbahçe 2-1 win over Kayserispor, of course, in the Superliga in Turkey. Sevilla with a 6-1 loss to Atletico. That stings. And of course, we'll be ringing in their ears long into the night. 10-7 on is your Sevilla here. 3-1 is your draw. 10-3 is your Fenerbahçe here. Fenerbahçe are unbeaten. I'm gonna go against the grain here. I'm gonna go with a 0-0 draw here, which might. I'm more hope than anything else. I think a result like that could give me an extra couple of points here, and I maybe even should go with the booster to give myself a mega chance. But anyway, that's my take on it. That's my last 16 picks, first legs. We'll be back, of course, for the second legs whenever they come around. But until then, guys and girls, subscribe, thumbs up. We're not there yet, but we're getting back to normality very soon, and hopefully you'll be there with me all the way through to the end of the season and beyond. But until then, guys and girls, I'll see you soon for the next.